So question 10, show that the points A, B, and C are collinear. So I've got the points A, B, and C here, and I like to write out question 10, show that the points A, B, and C are collinear. So I've written out the points here. So to prove something's collinear, what I like to do is calculate the gradient of the two lines and then see, if they both have the same gradient and share a common point, then that means that they're collinear. So I'm going to work out the gradient of AB first, so MAB. I'm going to write in the values because this stops me getting confused. So you have 1 minus minus 2 all over x2, 2 minus minus 7, minus minus 7. So that equals 3 over 9, which is the same as 1 over 3. Okay, so let's try the next line, which would be m from B to C. So m b c equals, and our next points are, so this now becomes x1, and that becomes y1, this becomes x2, y2. So then you have 6 minus 1 all over 17 minus 2, which is the same as 5, 15, which equals 1 over 3. Okay, so they have the same gradients and they have this common point of B, but we need to write this down in a statement to get the mark. So we would say A, B, and B, C are collinear, parallel, and share a common point B. Therefore, A, B, and C are collinear. You could even put in a point saying MAB equal to MBC. Okay, and that's, so for your 3 marks, you need to find the gradient of the first one, and then find the gradient of the second line, and then make this statement here to get your 3rd mark. Part B, 3 circles with centers ABC are drawn inside the circle with the center D as shown here. The circles ABC have the radiuses respectively, and we're told that RA equals root 10 and RB equals 2 root 2RA, and we're told RC equals RA plus RB. So, well, let's work this out. Equals R10. Well, let's ask what the question is first. Determine the equation of the circle with center D. So to get the equation of the circle, we need the center and we need the radius. So how do we work this out? Well, to work out the radius, we're going to need to know what all the other the values of these are, because it's just going to be a combination of all of them added together. So it's going to, and this equals to 2RA, so that's 2 root A, and that is going to be RA plus RB, which is going to be root 10 plus 2 root 10. Okay, so RD is going to be from this distance from here to here. So you could think of it as 2 times RC or 2RA plus 2RB, but we'll just do it as 2RC because it just makes more sense. So RD equal to 2RC. So that equals 2 times root 10 plus 2 root 10 which is equals to 2 times 3 root 10, which is the same as saying 6 root 10. So that's the radius of RD. So we have the radius now, and all we need to work out is the center. So how do we do that? Well, let's look at the information we have around the center. So we've got a point B here and a point C here. And we have our point D here in the middle. And we know that the length of RC is, well, this will be 3 root 10, is 3 root 10. I know that the length of B to D is going to be the same as the radius of B, which is the same as 2 root 10. Now, if you divide the ratio, if you can see the ratio here, it's just scaled up with this root 10. So you can divide by root 10 and then effectively remove it, and the ratio just becomes 2 to 3. And our points B are the same as in the question, so that is 2 and 1, and C is 0.17 and 6. Okay, so now we can get an expression for D. So what we're saying is B to D and D to C are linked by this ratio. So what we're saying is 3 lengths of B to D is the same as 2 lengths of D to C. And with this, we can now get an expression for D. So what does this become? This is the same as saying 3 is equal to D minus B. And it's saying 2 equal to C minus D. So this becomes 3D minus 3B equal to 2C minus 2D. You move all the D's to one side, so 5D is the same, equal to 2C plus 3B. Okay, and you can now start to put in the numbers. So D is equal to 1/5 to our value of C, which is 17 and 6, plus 3, and our value is 3, and we have 2 and 1 there. I'll make that 3 bit clearer. Okay, so what does this equal? 1/5. So 2 times 17 is 34, 2 times 6 is 12, that 2 is no longer there, plus 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 1 is 3, so this equals to 1/5 is equal to, that equals 40, and 3 plus 12 is 15. So D is equal to, divide all these by 5, that will be 8, and that will be 3. Okay, so we finally have our values for D, but that's not quite our last step. We need now, they're asking us to determine the equation of the circle. So we now need to go and substitute what we know into this equation for the circle, which is of the form x equals x minus a squared minus y minus b squared equals r squared. So this is just going to become x, and from here our point D, which is the center, which we just worked out, minus 8 squared minus, or plus, apologies, y minus 3 squared equals, and then you have your radius here, which we worked out earlier, 6 root 10 squared. So we expand that out. 6 squared is 36. Square root of 10 times squared is just 10, so that's 36 times 10, which would be 360. So this just that becomes x minus 8 whole squared plus y minus 3 all squared equals 360. And that is your final answer there. So where did you get the marks for in this question? Well, you get 1 mark for working out the radius. You get a 2nd mark for determining this ratio. You get a 3rd mark for finding the center here. And get your 4th mark for stating the equation of the circle.